is what he did. But now, we return to the tale.
To remember, we begin with a gathering, not just of friends and family, but of allies, and yes, enemies to some but not to all. The party, hearts heavy with what lay ahead, prepared to journey to the unpredictable homeland of Varys, the Feywild, a place of wonder, beauty, and ever-changing danger. Before they left, they sought a moment of peace. Traveling south to the Shademount Cathedral Empire, a towering kingdom of man shrouded in shadow, ever threatened by the demonic war raging in the southern deserts of Cumoy. Here stood a school of arcane brilliance, and into its halls they brought Helena, a mysterious, emotionless girl they found wrapped in darkness. This gift of opportunity was their hope for her salvation. With hearts steadied, they returned to their new home, a once military outpost, now their stronghold, and began their journey into the Feywild.
The Feywild was like a dream with teeth. Magic, mood, and madness reigned supreme. And the one unbreakable rule: never speak your true name. Varys's return home was anything but welcoming. Her outpost and home at the Feywild's edge had fallen to darkness. Her companion and party member Maxwell was taken by darkness and shadow. And before they could catch their breath, they were captured, bound and gagged by the Eladrin of the Four Seasons. The charge: abandoning her post. But corruption had seeped deep into the Feywild. Their captors were attacked, forcing the party to flee across wild, untamed magic. They stumbled into a Pixie's party, entrancing, dangerous, and all-consuming, only to be rescued by a mysterious woman named Cleora, who guided them to the Autumn settlement. But not before Aspen had fallen susceptible to charm and gave his true name. A reunion followed, brief, bittersweet. Varys's father welcomed her with joy, but the happiness was short-lived. Assassins struck, driving poison into his veins and framing the party for the crime.
Dragged to prison, they faced a choice: escape and be forever hunted, or trust in Lily, Maxwell's familiar, to bring justice. They waited. Lily returned, briefcase in hand, heart full of fire, and won them 1 month to clear their names. The court agreed. And so, the party traveled north, deep into the icy realms of the Winter Court. There, they uncovered the truth: a hag had taken the queen's place, poisoning the realm from within. The impostor was slain, the true queen awakened, grateful, and granted them safe passage, and her seal to prove their innocence. Even Day, Varys's estranged brother and once accuser, began to see her again. He requested their aid in the Weeping Forest, where an antidote to their father's poison might grow. But that forest was home to a sorrowful, ancient archfey. They agreed, nearly dying for it. Ahmed, the party's cleric, struck a desperate deal. In exchange for their lives, they would never speak of what transpired there again, but the cost was dear. In the first strike of battle, Lily was destroyed.
Shattered, but victorious, they returned with the cure. Varys's father was saved. And for the first time, the Feywild considered joining the Material Plane's war against the demons. Their return home brought a message. William, once apprenticed to the Great Summer Star, had been trapped in a place called Extinction for 3 years, reaching out with magic that no one answered, until now. The party set out for Alnevia, elven lands in the north. There, a madman whispered of an undead city beneath the world. Ignoring the warnings, they found it. Extinction was unlike anything they had seen, a city of the undead living ordinary lives as their flesh rotted from their bones. The living, called smoothskins, were rare and watched. At Denner's Den, a strange tavern in the city, they met Terry Denner, a vampire with charm and mystery, and Lorena, a regal vampire woman escorted by Aspen's past. A vampire who had once nearly turned Aspen's brother. Emotions boiled. But they held back, for Terry's sake. Searching for William, they climbed into a...
Hello everybody and welcome to 20 Signs of Failure. Thank you for joining us again for another Friday night of some D&D. But before we can get started with that, first we must know who is controlling this tomfoolery. So with that, we're going to start off with our human cleric.
My name is English Ray and I play the human cleric Emmett Serona. My quote this week comes from Tolkien. There is nothing like looking if you want to find something. You certainly usually find something if you look, but it is not always quite the something you were after.
I like it. Very nice. Let's shoot south to our elven sorceress.
Hey guys, I'm Mythic, and I am the voice of Arabella Avalon, the Draconic Sorceress. And assuming doing the quote because I was looking for stuff.
You went first.
I know. We didn't lie to you. We just weren't telling you the whole truth. End quote.
Accurate. Let's go to the newest member, our Elven Ranger.
Hello, I'm Naren, and I will be playing our Elven Ranger, Fiora. My quote is from Anastasia. It's a song. It's far away, long ago, glowing dim as an ember, things my heart used to know, things it yearns to remember.
I like it.
Anastasia's alive?
Let's go up to our Tiefling Fighter.
Hello everybody, it is your friendly neighborhood Ness here, and I play our Tiefling Fighter Barbar Aspen Lacuna. And for my quote, it's by Nick Miller. I'm someone who's mostly dead inside, but still has a little hope for something extraordinary, which, as I said, is the worst breed of human, because it means I know everything is bullshit, but I secretly hope for the day when it might not be.
I like it. Let's go straight right to our Eladrin Elven Ranger.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on those time zones. My name is Eggs Benny, and today I'm going to be playing the Eladrin Ranger multi-class fighter, Varys Bestfell. And today I have a quote from Ernest Hemingway. "There is no hunting like the hunting of man, and those who have hunted armed men long enough and liked it never care for anything else thereafter."
I know that one, and it's a very good one. And last but not least, we have our Human Warlock.
Hello there, I'm Dusky Bee, and I will be playing the one, the only Maxwell Belmont. And I was gonna quote Ray, but I thought of a different one, and so I'm gonna be using this one. My apologies, Ray. This one goes, I'm quoting our lovely DM right now. I believe it goes, "I am like butter, and I must spread."
Very nice, very nice. Well, thank you to my players. Hello, everybody. I will be your DM for today. I am Mr. Sorrow. My quote, I looked it up. Apparently, I don't know who made it, but it's supposed to be Joker-esque. But that's what I got for you. But it's, "Reacting is losing. If people can get you upset, then it's your fault. Become mentally untouchable." And with that, we're going to go ahead and get right into our session of D&D. Last session was the party was searching for an unfortunate party member who came to some unfortunate... How many times can I say unfortunate? AKA, on one's gone, was taken by an unknown group, and they were trying to do some work into finding out what's the best way to try to get them back. They did take a body from a group that they fought 2 sessions ago, and decided to do a bit of a autopsy in a way of checking their things, finding notes, and things of that nature. Some members of the party are doing better than others, but we essentially left off at finding notes, listening to a sending stone, a message, and I believe Airman and Aspen were preparing to tell the rest of the party what they had found. And that is where we are going to pick right back up from. Take it away.
Don't forget Lennis. Lennis was also there.
Lennis is dead.
No, he's not. I just
Fuck he is.
He's very alive.
Lennis never existed. He's a figmentation of your mind. You all did way too much Siren, and that was just a lingering fragment. He died long ago.
Yeah.
One
We get
intervention.
it. You don't like him.
Don't you dare. but no, yeah. We kind of.
It sounds like something that would happen, though. Honestly,
I would do it.
Lennis is dead. Divine intervention.
Yeah, that's. He never existed. He was always a fragment. But no, he too. After I believe you guys rewrapped the body up in the silk web that Poppy had left. But bringing out, I'm assuming the articles of clothing. I believe Aspen, you were stealing some of that. By stealing, I mean just acquiring.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. So you can take out the notes. You can take out the whatever items that you may have acquired, whether they be snuck away and packed away, or you just bring them out. The rest of the party is tending to different things. I believe last Varys was whittling something out on the porch. Every party member was kind of finding their own item to keep themselves busy.
Arabella was going down memory lane.
Yes. So with that, you bring those items out. Poppy kind of looks to all of you and kind of looks at you and goes, I hope the scroll was of assistance.
Aspen kind of tilts his head. We actually didn't use that one yet. I was going to use it after we all compiled our questions and thought everything through, just in case.
That's perfectly fine.
He gives Poppy a small smile. And where the fuck? I can't find the fucking. There we go. He kind of like scratches behind his head a little bit. Do you happen to know anybody by the name of Lord Marion? Marion, I think is how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Marion. Yep.
Okay.
Marion. Wait,
Marion.
I gotta look it up now. Hold on. Just say. I'm gonna say yes for now.
Okay, cool. Marion Ledwith.
I have it written down. I just have to find it. It's just too early for this. There we go. Marion Lethwin. Lethwin here. I will do this for pronunciation. Marion.
Thank you.
Lethwin. Yours. She takes a moment and pauses. I don't believe I recall the name. I'm sorry. I cannot help.
That's completely alright. It was more a shot in the dark, if anything. When we were chasing the last member, they left a note, and Aspen will kind of like pull out the extremely crumpled, because he like crumpled it in frustration, note, where it was basically like, say hi to Poppy for us.
Mm-hmm.
And just, they mentioned you by name. So, I don't know if you've met them before, or if they somehow know of you, but just be on your guard. I don't know if they'll try anything, but...
You are very kind. I appreciate the notice. It's strange, but I will keep an ear and an eye for anything unknown.
Aspen gives her a, like, incline of the head, a just short nod, and he'll kind of, like, elbow Airmed, like, in the ribs, not hard, but just to be, like, get her attention, and, like, tilt his head over to where, like, Max and Varys are, like, holding the cloak or the coat that he has and just like motioning over, like, we should talk to them, probably.
Okay, dysfunctional family meeting, I guess. Table?
Aspen just shrugs, like, I guess.
Yep, well, just in that case, then just go and sit at the table and wait for everybody else to like sit down around it.
Aspen will
Yeah.
like open the cloak
Yep.
to make sure that the eye is visible and like set down each note next to it and like put all of the pieces that we took out, just like lay them out so everybody can see them.
So at this point, too, you all begin to hear the pattering of rain. Varys, you would have noticed as you were out there whittling some dark clouds approaching, and it's finally reached you.
Yeah, as soon as there's an ask for people to come to the table, I would put her stuff away and head on over.
So we looked at the guy. He had stuff on him. Does anybody know the name Lord? I have the name, just give me a second. Lord Marion Lefwin? Does that ring a bell for anybody?
I will.
I'll ask. Does
You're-
Maxwell know?
No.
I was gonna say,
Arabella.
that would be an Arabella thing, really.
Yeah.
That is pretty much it, Arabella. Go ahead and roll me a history check, Arabella.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. You have no
think
idea.
I know who he
I'm
is.
kidding. Give me a moment. I did not have that prepped. I gotta go find that person's shit. Give me one moment.
Ripperoni.
Sorry, my brain didn't think about that.
Don't worry about it.
Nope.
Does everybody remember what we got off the body, or do you want me to just read it out while Asher's looking for stuff?
You read it off.
Sure. So, it was the black leather armor, black fingerless gloves, about containing several pouches, which are small and organized. There are black and steel lockpicks, a coil of dark silk cord, which is very thin but can bear a lot of weight, a small vial of clear scentless oil, dried strips of fungus, folded square of dark cloth, pinch of powdered chalk mixed with ash, a simple iron ring worn smooth on the inside with no engravings. There is a worn jacket with the eye symbol inside. There were 3 notes. A smooth oceanic black stone, which turned out to be a sending stone. And I believe that's it. Aspen was able to figure out that the powdered chalk mixed with ash is used to mark things secretly. But whether he tells us that is a different thing.
Yeah, he just assumes like, oh yeah, they're gonna know what this is because I know what this is. So he's not gonna say anything unless somebody asks him.
If it's easier, like, I will say, like, Hermes as in character, all of these different things.
DM, can I take
Valid.
the folded bit of black paper or like black cloth and just keep unfolding it until it is at its maximum size?
Sure.
Like, I just want to fully unfurl it.
Sure. And
And then, I mean, just look at it in the sense of like, is it like just a bit of black cloth? Like, is it something that when you unfold it, is there something inside? Like, what is it?
This black cloth was... My brain froze. What black cloth are you using?
I don't know,
It's
I was
the
just
one
told
from
that on
the
the table there's a
body.
bit of black cloth.
It says a folded square of dark cloth.
Oh, I would say Varys, you're familiar with it. This is a piece of patch. You're basically like if it, like your like clothing got torn or ripped or something like it's just
Oh,
patch.
right, okay. Making it sound like it's something else. I'm just there like, oh, can
Yeah,
I
I don't
unfold
know.
this
Yeah,
bit of
people
paper?
looking at it a little more. It's basically just patch. You could use it to fix some sort of either piece of armor or clothing. So I will say that Arabella, you do remember this individual, and I mean it takes you a moment to kind of gather the information in your mind, but you remember him as he was an elvish man, a nobleman of actually Olnevia, in charge of taxation, ledgers, and civic tribute. Very bureaucratic power rather than militaristic. Remember, he was polite, refined. He was fairly quiet. Kept mostly to his records, obligations, and things of that kind of nature. Um, he's not much of a spectacle. You can tell he was always around and was listening, but he didn't really speak much unless he needed to or it was part of his job. It was very much of an administrative kind of settings, hearings, formal gatherings, or public affairs. Never really rushed, just did what he was needed to do. He was polite, did everything with care, choosing words that were sound, reasonable. Sometimes having to deliver unwelcome decisions to people, but he was always good with his words, choiceful. That's
Okay,
probably
for
most you know.
players. Whoa.
That's most of what you know.
Okay, so for players' sake, Arabella recites that back to you guys. Then she will say, "It's a little interesting to find that he might be involved in something like this."
Well, Descending Stone did have a message, and I listened to it. Don't respond. Sending stones are funny like that. The message was experiment concluded successfully. Unexpected subject acquisition shows promising compatibility. Transport is underway. Convene at the Greenstone Crossing in 3 days. Lord Marion Lethwin requires your services.
Experiments.
I would hazard a guess that they mean Onwin.
Aspen will kind of like raise an eyebrow a little bit and just look at Airmed with this kind of like puzzled look. I wouldn't have guessed Onwin at all. More like the experiments that they've been doing with the werebears and the boars and the werewolves. I don't think they're talking about Onwin.
Now, it's the fact that they said unexpected subject.
Aspen kind of like chews the side of his cheek a little bit, his eyebrows furrowed, and he kind of just like crosses his arms over his chest. I just hope you're wrong.
I do too, but Hope doesn't really seem to get us by.
I just, from what I know, it just doesn't seem like. What for? Political power?
Aspen will give Arabella a bit of a shrug and, like, kind of, like, turn his body towards her a little bit. Every government has corruption. It's like, nobody is immune. There's going to be people in power who do shitty things for shitty reasons. It does not surprise me at all if this man is higher up in the social echelon of everything, and he's got his hands in some freaky shit.
Well, I'd like to personally see that he does not succeed, if you ask me.
Aspen kind of just gives her a little bit of a deadpan stare. Still a little with the raised eyebrow, just... I mean...
Seeing the look, she's just gonna be like, what? I'm just simply saying that this is wrong, and if anything has to do with Onwin, I'll kill him.
And the sky is blue and birds tweet. Right. The thing is, this was sent to the assassin. Therefore, he is expecting the assassin. So, are we all going to go? Or are we going to send somebody in? Are we even going to go? Because there's also notes, and it named Poppy. So we've also got to consider her here as well.
Just a side note, out of character question. Artemis, did we ever figure out if... Were we ever told that Alma was nobility? Or it was just kind
Yes.
of those things that where we figured it out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, because while Hunt was her like husband's name, that's the family she married into, it was the thing of like, we know who her family is.
Well, the way I see it, seeing as our friend is now MIA, I think his little project that he's working on should become obsolete as well. Fair trade, if you ask me.
And how do you suppose we do that?
Like we do with everything else. We go in, shake the town, go for mercy, or have them plead mercy and solve the problem, save the day, go on our merry way.
Aspen kind of just, like, blinks at Arabella, and, like, his eyes narrow a little bit. His tail kind of, like, flicks behind him.
The exact same facial expression is on Ahmed.
Why are you
in a
both
little bit-
looking at me like that?
Yeah, in a little bit more of a less bewildered look. Varys kind of looks at Arabella and goes, I think you're overestimating how much pull we have here. We don't have a reputation in Olnevia, they don't know who we are. And if we walk in simply wanting to just bust down the joint, we will just get arrested.
Ah. But I have a feeling I know we already might have possibly an ally, possibly an enemy in Olnivia. And she looks at everyone. Except for Fiora, who didn't know this, and Onwin probably didn't either.
Can we just say for the sake of anything that Bella is translating?
Yes,
well, yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like in general.
It's already been specified that things are getting translated both to and from Fiora.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Longstrider. Remember I made a deal with him at the kingdom? Probably owns it now, is ruling. Either way, he's there.
No.
Yeah, at the mention of
No.
Longstrider, like, Aspen's hackles immediately raise, and, like, his tail kind of bristles, and he just, like, grits his teeth a little bit.
Look.
No. No.
I get what everyone's thinking. I understand perfectly. However, I want revenge for the disappearance of our friend, my friend.
Okay, I'm just gonna bring this back to kind of why we came down here in the first place, which was to try to figure things out. So, great. We know who Lord Marion is. We know where he is. We know what he does. Fantastic. Aspen, show him the insignia on a jacket.
He'll, like, flop open the inner panel and just kind of, like, point it out.
Right. The Elements keeps tracks and tabs on guilds and religions and cults and their symbols. I am certain, 100%, I have never seen this one. And I don't know why. I don't know if the Elements don't know about it or if they're turning a blind eye to it. All I know is I don't know what this is. Does anybody recognize what this is?
I mean,
DM, would anyone know?
is there a roll?
Yeah, sorry. My brain was like, why is it no one answering? I was like, oh, because I need to tell them.
I know what that is. I've seen it before in your head.
Yeah. Max Ver. Max Varys, roll me a history check, and I asked, I have you do one before, but thinking about it now, I'm gonna have you roll. It's unlikely, so but you just go ahead and roll.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh, Max. Oh my gosh.
God.
This makes so much sense. Varys, no clue. Just staring at it wide-eyed, being like, don't look at me.
Looking at the eye.
Ah,
The eye's
yes.
looking
Got a
back at her.
fucking nat 20. Oh my
I
god.
knew that was gonna be a bad call of mine to have you roll Aspen. As soon as I said, I'm like, this couldn't be regret. That's
It's fine. I'll just think about it really, 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 really hard.
A natural 20 and a natural 19. Let's go.
yeah. Okay. Well, let me go grab those notes. Hang on. Something else
We
I
have-
wasn't dealing with.
We
I-
have
I
brains
prepped-
firing on all cylinders right now.
So many things.
This is the info episode.
But not this. This is I hate all of you. I mean, I love you.
This
all,
was
but also hate
supposed
all
to
of you.
be the beach
This was
episode.
supposed to be an easy one for me. Yeah, I had things planned. It was ready to go.
Last week.
And then no. Okay.
We have weekly beach episodes.
You heard your easy episode last week. I had a breakdown.
I don't think that should be the quota that we measure ourselves to.
What?
It's an easy week. I had a breakdown.
I had a breakdown.
Okay. Alright, I'm trying to find the things you would actually know versus giving you the whole thing because of your past stuff. Okay. Max, the state of what you have seen of this symbol. Alright? You've seen it once. You had a high DC. You literally needed a 19 or above for this. You've seen it once, and it was at a point where you and your traveling band family were playing in a theater for a small little town, and inside there was a gentleman that really didn't pay any mind to you and your merry band, which didn't bother you too much, but it was just odd. Everyone was having a good time. And you noticed while you were doing your act, him slide something across the counter, and it was actually one of those symbols. That's the most of your knowledge of it. My apologies that the 19 only gets you that, but that's what you get. Aspen.
Yes.
Once upon a time, with your merchant guild, you did some snooping because you got bored. And upon that snooping, you overheard some individuals talking about a travel to maybe sell some merchant goods. And they talked about something along the lines of this, something about the eye, this etched eye that you kind of remember seeing a drawing of it. You know that it's old. Like it's something that most elves probably themselves don't even remember. That's the kind of old things from it. I'll give you, I tell you what. Did you get a natural 20? I will say you remember the name.
Ooh.
I'm going to give you, I'm going to send it to you. I want to see, I'm curious on how you're going to pronounce this.
Okay. Very excited.
It's in chat. How do you pronounce that? How would Aspen see that?
Veltharin.
Yep, there you go. The Veltharin Conclave.
Oh boy.
Which translates to enduring will, or that which does not yield.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's the most that you know.
What does it translate to?
Enduring will, or that which does not yield.
I would say as like everyone's like leaning over the inside of the coat, and it's kind of been tugging in the back of Aspen's head. Like he knows he's seen this before. He knows, he just can't figure it out. And in that kind of like little silence where he goes into his mind palace, he's thinking about it. His ears kind of perk up. His eyes go a little bit wide. I've seen this before.
Hmm?
It didn't really click until now, but It was a long time ago. I was pretty young, but I overheard some members of my guild talking about this. It's a old relic. And basically, it stands for the Velfarin Conclave. It's a very old, ancient thing. But that's basically all I know. I couldn't really hear anything else that they were saying. I had to leave, so I wouldn't get found out.
Does that ring a bell, the Velfarin Conclave?
No. And I don't.
Okay.
That might be more concerning.
Yep.
Arabella's gonna look at Aramin and go, I think since the full elements don't know about it,
5.
well,
Max, like for those who like look after that, you just see this an eye roll come from Linus. Is that?
what happened? I'm so confused.
You said the 4 elements, and I corrected you and said 5.
5. Sorry. It's been a day. The 5 elements, if they don't know about it, I think that's reason enough that we should really just investigate this too. I mean, why would they hide something from you? It's all-knowing and all-powerful.
They're not all-knowing, and they're not all-powerful. And they have lied to me before. Which is why I'm taking what they tell me with a pinch of salt. They told me that we, gesturing to herself and Lennis, were not allowed to be on our quests together. And then they told me that I was not allowed to contact them at all. And yet, he has to go back and give mission reports. So I'm aware that the Elements has got expansive libraries, has got a wealth of knowledge. But I can't validate any of that. Unless I go there myself and I see it. So whatever they're telling me, any information that I get, I'm not fully trusting. We have no sway in Olnevia, and like she turns to Varys. You're right, we don't have any sway. The one person who we did have a bit of sway with is now gone. And the only thing I can think of to grant us an audience to talk to somebody is to play the Elements card. And demand an audience with somebody and show Onwin's family crest. That is sure to get a door or two to open.
Let's say we do get an audience with somebody. What do we say? We have a body, and we have very, very little information. Especially if we're going to say that this lord is involved. We have a singular message from a sending stone that cannot be replayed. We have no proof whatsoever.
Which brings me back to the point. What is our next step? This is why we're talking. This is why we're spitballing. This is why we're trying to get as much information as we can. Because, okay, we have the Green Cross passing in 3 days. But we have the threat to Poppy to consider. And what we're going to do in regards to that. Or even what Poppy's decision is going to be for that. There is now this conclave. There is Lord Marion. There is also the fact that we want to go to Olnevius still. So what are our next steps?
Given my situation, the parents may not be thrilled, but I do have siblings. And what I can remember, I don't think siblings had any ill will. If possible, I don't know how, but if possible, we can find them in Olnevia. Tell them the situation, see if we can get someone to talk to outside my castle. I've got 4, so they're roaming around. They have to be.
You hear Varys like give out this like essentially this exaggerated sigh and exhale of breath, and you get the impression that she's had an idea, but she doesn't like it. Like the cogs have turned and they've come up with something that is not something she's proud of.
Go on.
All we've found of Arwen so far is her necklace. A family heirloom that was given to her by her family. We want to squeeze nobility for resources. Why not the nobility that we know and have a vested interest in finding their kin?
So we find Onwin's family, and we say, "Hey, your daughter was one of us, and she got kidnapped. Help."
Well, more the thing of, we have uncovered a plot by an ancient guild, and it involves the kidnapping of your daughter. And the only name that we have attached is the name of this lord. And the only reason we know that lord at all is because we found a sending stone on the body of a dead assassin. Got any resources? Any information? Any sway that could get us talking in this second lord's household? Anything will do. And
It's not a bad idea.
on a less cynical note, it would also mean that we get to at least inform Unwin's kin. Something has happened to her, and they can have their own funeral rites, should they wish.
Ahmed, you still have your own sending spell prepared, right?
I can cast Sending to Onwin and see if that connects to her, but I also want to try Scrying.
It was less of that and more, I can't really trust anybody right now, but who I can trust is Mavis and Kestrel. See if they can dig around and find anything in the guild about this, especially if it's kept hush-hush underground. See if they can find anything. Even if it's just a couple more names, that's still evidence, a lead that we can follow. Just any more information.
Also not a bad idea.
Do we remember where Onwin specifically said she was from?
Out of character, I don't, but in character, Varys would. Because they've had conversations about where Anwar was
Yeah.
from. It's then just the thing of distance from Poppies.
Well, they're still the outskirts of Lenevia towards the port side of things. So, with the limited geography that most of you have, you know you would need to either get to the coast, take a boat around to then get to where the area they are, or you get to go to Lenevia and you continue west through Lenevia to get towards the port area. If my memory serves me correctly on where we talked about you were. So regardless, you have a while.
I would probably say our safest bet is hit the coast and get a ship. Because to call a spade, Arabella, we're not sure exactly if you're welcome in Olnevia.
Which brings me to my next question. And she looks over to Poppy. Is Poppy there?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's not listening in, but she's keeping herself busy nearby.
Poppy, I have a question of you.
Yes.
I'd be willing to pay for your services. Is it possible you can make me a cloak?
Of web?
Of anything that you can find. Of web, fabric.
Is there something particular you're looking for that have one made?
Or even something that can disguise or change your appearance, anything.
Oh, if it's something simple as that, I could do it. It would take me a little bit, but if you give me the better part of this evening and part of maybe tomorrow morning, I should be able to do it.
Bless you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
essentially what Arabella is trying to ask for without actually saying it is kind of like a cloak of elven kind. Or something that will,
so
like,
you want
do
magic
something of that.
based.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's not something I'm capable of producing. My magic is very limited.
Aspen will reach into his pocket, walk over to Arabella, give her a look, as in, like, give me your hand, and he drops a ring into your hand. Happy birthday. This is a ring of disguise. You're welcome.
She nods to Aspen and then looks back at Poppy and goes, but you also said you can make something of disguise as well, could you not?
Did I say that? I don't remember that at all.
You said something that could be like limited or something like that, or a cloak or some kind.
She can make you a cloak. That hides your face, but doesn't. It's not magic. It's just a cloak.
Do that. Yes.
I
Arabella's
can make
gonna.
you a simple cloak. That's fine. I can make it with an enlarged hood.
And I'll even pay you for your services.
That's up to you.
Arabella would stick to the ring.
You do have to sit down with it and, like, talk with it and, like, have it like you. But after that, you can just think of anything that you want to turn into and, like, wait a couple seconds, and then you open your eyes and you're different. Like, your skin is still the same. You are still you, but on the outside you look different.
This is a nice gesture and I appreciate it. However, what if you guys need it instead?
We're not the ones
We're not
wanted.
wanted.
I can literally just say, hi, my name is Bob, and I'm from Bobton up by Bobsville, all the way over there, nice to meet you. And they have no way of checking that. You are extremely visually identifiable, along with your voice. And if
Your hair kinda
you get
stands out.
caught, we're fucked. So keep the goddamn ring.
Alright. Guess I've got a tuning and
How many items are you
Amends
to
with
right
it.
now?
what?
How many items are you attuned to right now?
The circlet of blasting, but I think that was taken.
Why, if it's taken, then you should remove it from your character sheet.
If you go into your inventory at the top, it should tell you your attunement. Out of 3, I believe it is.
Yeah, for some reason it's same.
0.
0. But you have the Cloak of Elven Kind, so that's 1.
But I think that was taken. A lot of these were taken, I think.
But why are they in your inventory?
Because I couldn't part with them.
I'm going to. So you don't have them, correct?
I don't believe so.
Okay, then I'm deleting them. Those are gone.
God.
So you have no items that require tuning. Oh wait, what about this? Does that require attunement? Yes, it does. You have 1 attunement at the moment.
Which is?
The Wand of Fireballs.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely forgot about that. Okay. So then I don't even know how to fix it, so it says attunement. Okay, well then I can attune with the ring.
You'll just need to spend an hour.
Before Arabella does walk off, Aspen will kind of like catch the end of her sleeve and look at her with a very serious, like intense face. Pick a disguise that nobody would ever think you would ever wear. And you have to think of a name and a backstory. And recite that. Pick a personality. And you have to stay in character at all times, unless we are in a place where we are sure there are no eyes and ears listening to us. And then you can drop face. But you need to be extremely careful.
And Arabella would just look at him and nod. And she just kind of looks at everyone else. Don't be so worried, everyone. We got this. I'll be fine. We got this.
Yeah, we got this, but we gotta make sure that you've got you.
Like I said, I have siblings. Odds are one of them misses me, right? I mean, what
I
do
have
they say about
6, and I doubt that.
but you
Depending on
don't
your form,
know.
you have less chance. And your siblings are also public figures. They can't be seen or heard of being with you because you are wanted.
First things
Well,
first, trust nobody. Not until we get proof they're not going to turn you in immediately. We don't have Lily on our side to bail us out this time. We need to be careful.
and she just kind of looks at Aramed and Aspen and sighs, and she goes, "All right. Message received. Be careful, be vigilant, be cautious. Got it all. However, may I say one thing? There's always going to be risks involved, especially with life itself.
And it's our job to mitigate that.
Yes, but let's be honest. Nobody signed up for this. And the day we all came together, we may not have known what we were getting into, but we all knew it would never be safe in the end. Trust in me like I trust in you guys."
New name, new backstory, new accent, new face.
Will it change the accent? I mean, that's kind of hard to do.
It only changes your appearance.
You can change your accent.
Make your voice deeper, make your voice higher, speak slightly differently. It'll take some time, but we have time to practice. Especially if we're gonna go either route, actually, is going to take quite a while.
Yeah, DM, while they've been having this discussion, because I know that Poppy brought out a map specifically for Fiora, but can I essentially co-opt that map and be planning and tracing routes for us to take?
Yeah, that's not too difficult to do. I will say go ahead and just roll me a survival check.
Mm-hmm. Survival. Beautiful. $18.
Okay. Yeah, you think you've made a couple of good routes, whether it be to... Oh, well, let me ask you this. Are you doing routes to go straight west to find a ship? Are you going to go straight north to go through Olnevia? Or to the, I called it something, where with one of the notes to say where to meet? Or are you doing all three?
Me as a player, I have kind of ruled out going by boat.
Uh-huh.
Because boats mean dockmasters, docks means registration when you enter port. And the less we have to put our names down, I think the better.
Okay, so you're doing just going through Olnevia, or are you also doing the Greenstone Crossing? Because I will say, you are familiar with the Greenstone Crossing.
Oh, okay.
It's a old landmark that mainly locals would know. It's not on the main kind of like highway, if you will. And it's probably like a day and a half, 2 days, what you're guessing from here, but you haven't been in this exact area, so it's kind of a rough guess. So it's not completely out of the way. You can make it on the way without being like completely off the beaten path.
I think actually in that case I'll bring that up to the rest of the group. So in this break in the conversation, Varys would look up and go, right, so I have, while you've been talking, just been planning out routes. And I think I found one that is, relatively safe enough, keeping us off main roads to keep our entrance hidden, but also, making us to Onward's estate in a decent amount of time. The only question I have is, are we going to the Greenstone Crossing? Because we can. It is on the way. And we have enough time to make it before the established meeting time that we were given for the assassin. But now it just becomes a question of whether we are doing that at all. Whether we want to even interact with this lord before we hear from Unwin's family.
I say less interact and more stake out. We spread out and seem as innocuous as possible. See if we can figure out where exactly this meeting is being held and if we can listen in at all for any information.
Well, that's
I'm
the thing.
trying to find the name of that spell that lets you do that.
I will also add Arabella. From your remembrance of Marion Lethwin, he never leaves the city. Any type of business that would require to go elsewhere, he always sent somebody else.
Okay. I would relay that to them.
So it's potentially going to just be an envoy. And I know the crossing. It is literally as it sounds. It is a crossing in the road. There's not really going to be an area that we can hide to listen into a conversation.
Spell.
Alright. Because I think I did a poor job of describing things. I'm not trying to tell you to go one way or the other to describe. So, the area... roll me a history check of Varys just to see how well you remember the area.
I was going to say, it's been a while since I've been in Old Nivea.
Exactly. Well, this isn't Old Nivea. You're so ways away. But
13.
13. Okay. So, the most you remember about this is basically it was a bridge that was made and cut from the stone that was in the area and then just trusted to be held up. And through years and decades and millennia has held. And it's kind of that old wise tale landmark where if you go there, you touch the stone, like, good luck or bad luck will come to you kind of deal. It is it is crossing a river, but there is a forest on either side of it. So while you might not be able to get super close to it, it's not a complete open field.
So then I would relay that description for the people that don't know the area. It's like, it's not somewhere that we're going to be able to easily eavesdrop on a conversation.
I have a spell that means that I could put an invisible sensor near it, and I can either choose seeing or hearing, and obviously I think hearing would be better for this, so we can hear what's being said. Or maybe we want to choose seeing, and that way then we can try and figure out who these people are that the assassin was supposed to meet.
Well, my question is, how do we know Onwin's not going to be there? Unless it has to be something. It's like they're reconvening. Is everybody reconvening there, or is it just Talon and somebody else?
How do we know it's not supposed to be the guy who we killed?
What do you mean?
Because I note of a dead guy, right?
It was a sending stone to the dead guy.
Yeah, so it's definitely gonna be the person we killed then.
Yeah.
Isn't he supposed to be making it there?
He's supposed to be meeting somebody there.
Who's gonna be them?
That's what I want to know.
Do you have a ring of disguise?
Oh, you mean ring? No, I want to know who this guy points to the dude in the room. Who he's meeting. I don't give a shit about him, but you're talking about actually being that person?
Well,
That's all you show,
if
man.
these
That's
people...
not me.
I don't know who this is, or who that was.
Yeah, but you can dance the dance. I don't. I hit you. And then you see me as the other person, but it's just so dazed.
Oh, see, that's what I was saying about the whole ring of disguise thing. Why give it to me?
Because you're
If I can just wear a cloak.
These are very noticeable. I too agree with
Yes,
the
but if
whole
I'm-
ring thing. We should buy another one. Or steal. I didn't say that.
Don't steal it.
Okay, look,
How much is
gonna...
it?
Regardless, one ring should be enough. We just need one person to go in, pretend to be this assassin, have this meetup, and then maybe we do like a fake ambush. The other people run while the assassin says, "Go, I'll fight these people," kind of thing, and then when they run off, our guy can decloak, essentially, and we get the information that we need.
Or we take the guy hostage, we cut off his toes, and say we'll cut off his arms if he doesn't talk.
Aspen just kind of like points to Lennis and is like, see, he knows what he's talking about. This is why we're on the same page.
Yes, but to echo what you said earlier, Lennis, we don't know exactly who is going to be there.
Exactly.
So if one of us goes in, pretending to be the assassin, we can get the information we need, and then we take it from there. We don't need another ring of disguise, Arabella, because there is travel time to consider. And yes, you do need the ring of disguise. I don't trust a fucking hood. That could be yanked, that could be pulled, that could be torn, it could be ripped. You need to change your appearance. You're using the ring of disguise.
We still have the scroll of Speak with Dead that we haven't used yet. So we can at least get some information off of him. What his name was, who he was working for, why he was doing what he was doing, whatever we need to know. It is 5 questions, though, so...
Yep, it's 5 questions.
Okay.
Well, if you are going to interview the dead man, which is completely fine if you did, it means that the rest of us have to leave the room because we were all hostile to him. And if he sees us when the spell is cast, he is more likely to lie.
Technically, I'm the one who killed him, so I don't think he's gonna want to talk to me.
He was fighting all of us. He's not going to talk to any of us.
What, so you want
Or
to
at
get
least
Poppy?
he will. It's something we can trust it with.
Does the ring of disguise work on dead bodies? Like, can they see through it? Can we just pretend to be a random guy?
I'm
The
not
corpse knows
sure,
only
though.
what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. The answer is usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you're hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy. The spell doesn't return the creature's soul to its body, only its animating spirit. Thus, the corpse can't learn new information, doesn't comprehend anything that has happened since it died, and can't speculate about future events. So I would assume that it wouldn't be able to see through a ring of disguise.
Arabella's gonna give it to Aspen.
Do you take it?
Yeah. I guess I'm the one fucking doing this.
Yeah. We'll just prepare
It
some questions beforehand so that when you go in, you know what to say.
Yes, please. Because I would like to have everybody agree before I say anything.
First thing we need to know is what this organization called him. Like, did he have a code name? Did they just use his name?
So you want to ask, how did the Velverin Conclave refer to you? What did they call you?
I was thinking of what is your name and any aliases connected with said name.
That works.
Because we also don't specifically know if it's the Valtharan Conclave. We don't want to put any specific information because if it's not the correct one, it's going to be a wasted question.
What's the first one you're doing? You're doing what is your name and affiliation?
Affiliated aliases.
Okay.
Yeah, what is your name and any aliases affiliated with said name?
Keep in mind that's 2 questions.
Even
What
if
are
it's...
all of your aliases?
Yeah, well, that's not that you won't get a real name. Well, I'm not gonna say shit. Just if you say "and," it's now 2 questions.
Your real name is one of
that's
your
so
aliases.
What is every name you are known by?
Fair.
I'm
Do we
just.
want to be basic and ask, who do you work for?
Not me suddenly thinking of Austin Powers out of character.
What is your relationship with the wizard creating the werebears?
That is fair.
If this meetup has any questions about what happened to him, we need to give an appropriate level response.
Do we want to ask who he's supposed to meet at the crossing?
Well, because he doesn't know that he's meeting someone at the crossing.
We got his message. He never listened to it.
Mm.
You said, what is your relation to the wizard, right? I just want to make sure I'm doing this like verbatim.
What is your
Or,
relationship with the
Oh,
wizard
this-
creating the werebears?
I thought you said affiliation.
Either or.
So right now you guys have 2.
Okay. How about...
What were you doing in the forest?
Well, we know that they were collecting the experiments and tending to them. So they were probably going to bring them back to the person doing all of this. I still don't think it's a wizard. I think it's a Circle of Mutation druid, personally, but...
Where were you taking the werebears to? For the experiments?
Ask where are they from?
That could just tell you the town that he was born in.
We're taking them to could also just tell us to where we are right now.
Where are the experiments coming from? Or where is the location that the experiments are coming from?
Why do you what if they don't conduct the experiments, though?
That's the thing. I don't think it's them.
Where are the
but
experiments conducted, or...
I was just gonna say, where is the location of where the experiments are conducted? Keep in mind, they also could not know the information.
Hmm.
Who else, I guess? Like, who else is involved? What are the names of the other people involved in this? I don't know what you would call it. Experiment?
Okay, so I wanted to ask something about location. I wanted to ask about who they're involved with. We just have to find the right wording.
Some ideas from the peanut gallery would also be great.
My
Who
brain
does
is
he
full.
report to?
Sorry?
Who does he report to?
That's a good question.
Also, Maxwell ran away to the bathroom, so let's see, just skedaddles away randomly.
Okay, so we have, like, who is your superior? Who do you report to?
Would it be alright to ask what his motive is?
To get paid is probably his motive.
True, but there's gotta be a reason why he chose to do this job.
Because it paid well.
Potentially.
plus our second question is, what is your affiliation with the person making the werebear creatures? So that could also be contractor or friend or whatever. Like, we could kind of read between the lines with that question and see if it's a personal project or if it's just for the money.
Do we want to ask about what do they want with Poppy? Yes, no, maybe.
If you'd ask about Poppy, I think it's only fair to ask about Onwin too. So maybe try to put it into both names into one question.
Well, considering they just took Onwin, like, I want to say like an hour or so before, I don't know if this guy's gonna know, like, the reason why she was taken, if you get my drift. I think it's a little bit too soon for that information to pass down the pipeline. I could be wrong, but that's just my hypothesis.
We have 2 questions left. I think it would possibly be a good idea to ask where they're based or something about a location, and then the other thing about what do they want with Poppy.
So the 3 questions that I have is, what is every name you are known by? What is your affiliation with the person making the werebears? Where is the location that the experiments are conducted?
Oh, I had the 5 questions being like, who do you report to?
That was
Okay.
we're taking like suggestions. So that is a suggestion, and
What was
I
the
am
first
kind of
question that you have written down?
The third one I have is, where is the location of where the experiments are being conducted?
Where is the location where the experiments are being conducted?
I am very much considering the, like, who do you report to? Because that could give us a name.
Mm. Varys?
We've talked about affiliation, we've talked about location. I'm trying to think of the information that we would need to be convincing. If we are planning on pretending to be this assassin, we need information from them that could be identifiable. Maybe asking something like, when you interact with someone else, is there a passcode that you are expected to give in response? Or is there a call sign?
I was just about to suggest something like that.
Okay. I definitely think that that is a very good idea. I think probably the first question. When you're greeting somebody. That one. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. If there is a call, like when you meet with someone from your guild, is there a call sign that you would use to identify each other? But then Varys would also say after that, she'd say, bearing in mind though, that if at any point they get suspicious, they may give you something wrong on purpose or something specifically fake.
That's also true.
But it's always good to know.
Wait,
So they may be
when
telling the truth.
when you meet someone from your guild, is there a call sign you use to identify each other? He could just say yes to that.
That's why you say, like, what are. If you meet with somebody with your guild, what are some call signs? And if they don't have any, he'll just be like, we don't have any.
When you meet someone from your guild, what are the call signs you use to identify each other? Okay.
All right, last question.
Going off of call signs, what about asking for any that they might use to throw you off? Any false ones?
Also, DM question. Right now you have 5 if you do the who do you report to. If you don't, it's 4.
Do we want to stick with who do you report to, or
We
do
don't.
we want to go with the more espionage route?
What is every name you are known by? What is your affiliation with the person creating the werebears? Where is the location where the experiments are being conducted? When you meet someone from your guild, what are the call signs you use to identify each other? We could ask about Lord Marion.
My question is, do we want to go for more probing questions for us, or do we want another question about how this person conducts themselves so we don't get ratted out? Because we also don't really know, like, how they walk. Like, what their posture usually looks like. If they have any nervous tics or anything. We'll get an idea of what their voice sounds like because of the Speak with Dead, but it's also going to be all like, because, you know, they're dead. But we don't really know what they sound like or what their accent is. I personally think we should go for a more personally probing question for the last one, just in case. But I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I agree that it's definitely one of the thing of like, if we go for something more personal, like learning more about this assassin, then the person pretending to be him, at least it can be more authentic.
Yeah, that's where my brain was going. We are also we also haven't really thought about the person that escaped. If they were the last one standing, they could say that everybody else was killed. And that they know that this person might be an imposter.
Unless you're convincing enough to say, oh, I played dead and they believed it. Ha, suckers.
If only we found like a potion of sleep. Like on their belt. That would be very convincing.
Well,
Hey, Poppy, how
And
good
then-
are you at identifying things?
If it's something I've seen, I could tell you if I've seen it before and I know what it does, but to do the true identify spell, I'm unable to.
Just hand over the vial of the clear oil.
Yes. Going back to my notes for that. Small vial of clear scentless oil. She takes it and kind of swishes it about a little bit, pops open the cork, kind of smells it, and actually dips one of her fingers in there, kind of spreads it across the counter. I would say this is used to quiet armor or blade movement against steel. Basically just oil to stop noise from happening, friction.
Oh.
He brought a bottle of lube.
Look. It's a very efficient person.
Hey, I'm not knocking it. You never know when you're gonna need it. So
Yeah.
Ahmed, I have a question.
Okay.
And I generally don't know if this will work, but is it possible that... Oh, wait, hold on. You're casting that spell, right? Are you not?
No, because I think he saw me? I actually don't recall if I ever did see... I don't think I ever did see him. Because
Well, 'cause-
I kept trying to find him in order to be able to, like, attack him to break his concentration.
Genuine question out of character, but also, like, in character, is what if Airmed does Zone of Truth while Speak with Dead? Could that work? Could that be a thing?
Not how that works.
Never mind.
Spells don't stack, unfortunately, and it specifically says in the spell that they can lie.
Aw. Okay, I tried. I honestly didn't know.
It's under no
Worth a try.
compulsion to offer a truthful answer.
Good try, though, right?
Good try, but I do not have it prepared.
okay. One more question. And we want it to be something about this dude. So we can play him better.
What if we can't think of another question? Because I'm genuinely struggling. I can't. we can just ask the poll.
We can put on the who do you report to as the 5th one, if we want to.
Maybe something he'll say will give an idea for the last question.
Yeah, we'll keep it open, and if nothing, like, comes up, we can always just do the who do you report to.
So it's what is every name you are known by? What is your affiliation with the person creating the werebears? Where's the location where the experiments are being conducted? When you meet someone with your guild, when you meet someone with your guild, what are some call signs you give to identify each other?
Yes.
What are the call signs? Not some.
Same difference.
No, because some means he can only tell us 2. If we ask what are the call signs, then he could tell us, like, 28.
Keep in mind, I'm also going to be asking the questions.
That's fair.
So,
Out of character, what about specifying the positive call signs to identify each other? If we don't specify that, he could very well give a false one to say, "Hey, I'm a fraud."
Keep in mind he can lie regardless.
even if I'm somebody he's never seen before?
I don't know. I'm just specifying what you guys already know.
Huh. Okay. It's now or never. So either I'm doing it or we ask Poppy to do it.
Thing is, though he knows who Poppy is, she could also be an enemy. In theory.
Okay. And I'm just gonna fucking do it. Boom. Ring of Disguise. I turn into Ajax. My usual disguise. Just a slightly taller human with more tan skin, rusty brown hair, and a missing tooth in the very front.
Hold on a second.
What?
Because he's not gonna know who you are. So he still might not tell us the truth. There is the one person who got away. Why not be them?
Oh, that's really smart.
You know what? That is so fair. I didn't think about that.
So go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'll turn into the other assassin with the
Roll me
blonde hair and the side shave.
a history check to remember how much you remember of them.
Before you do.
Okay.
What check is it?
History.
And that's intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get some enhanced ability. You get advantage on intelligence checks.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing Fox, okay?
Fox is cunning, yeah.
Hold on. You touch a creature pursued with my power, just one of the following facts. Okay, hang on. I gotta check something with that spell. Okay, yep. It will work that way.
Yay!
So go ahead, roll me a history check with advantage.
Well, I'm so glad that I had the fucking advantage, even though it didn't really help me that much.
Okay, so you. Well, your first roll was on that one, so it definitely helped you.
Yeah.
Some random person we've never seen before.
Because I personally remember what she looks like. But I don't know if Aspen's gonna be like eidetic memory.
So it's what you remember of them, and I mean, no one got a real good look at her because she also threw like smoke. She ran away. There was quite a bit of movement, but I mean, the side of your head shaved. You have the general physique. Like, you think you get it.
I do remember that she had blonde hair, was pulled up in a ponytail, and she did have blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Aspen's just gonna like look down at himself, give everybody a thumbs up. I'm not missing anything, right?
Change of clothes, maybe?
I'll just wear my cloak. Everything else that I have is fancy, so
Okay.
Aspen will just like pull his black cloak like around himself to cover up most of his regular guild outfit. Okay. Well, here goes nothing. And I hope everything goes well.
Okay.
Aspen will give everybody a nod and walk into the room with the dead boy. Let us cast Dispel. I don't have... Do I need to have a scroll in my inventory to cast it, or do I just say that I cast it?
I have to double check something as you go to do it. Hang on. I don't know why, but I didn't think of this.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, because you are not a caster, you're going to have to roll to see if you're able to cast this. Yeah, I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. For some reason, my brain just said that Emma was doing it, but you wouldn't. You're casting it. So, it is going to be, that's the DC. I gotta look at the Speak with Dead.
I think it's 8 plus the spell level, so for a third level Speak with Dead, that'd be 11.
It's 10.
10 plus the spell level.
Yeah, that's what it's telling me right here. Non-casters. Technically, let me double check something. A non-caster risky attempt. Oh, really? I think that's a lot.
There's no way a spellcaster can aid him, right?
Nope. They already said that they were going to do that. So, I wanted to read something else real quick. Okay, so that person says that. I think that's more fair. It says a a DC and you have disadvantage, but I think that's a little too much. So I'm just going to say you have a DC of 13. So, what would you use for your casting, though? Or does it just be a straight die roll?
Is it? Wouldn't it be
Normally,
the spell?
no. So
No.
normally it would depend on the type of spell. So depending on which classes have access to speak with dead, could be wisdom, could be intelligence.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's okay. It's an intelligence, so you have to roll me an intelligence check, and it is going to be 13.
Okay, I do still have the advantage
Yep.
from the fox hunting, right?
1 action, 1 hour. Yeah, you do.
Cool.
Should have given that disadvantage. No, I'm kidding. Wow, looks like you
16.
needed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that 5 would have been bad.
So, you fumble through it a little bit, but you're able to get through all the different components of it, which I believe was speak with dead. I don't give a fuck. You are able to cast it, and with that, you can see the stomach of this individual, the lungs, begin to slowly fill with air as it begins to bulge, almost like a tumor. As he sits up and his head slowly turns and looks at you. The muscles, because again he hasn't been dead that long, still engaging, keeping his head up. And you can see again that fit individual as he stares up at you.
Aspen will just kind of give him a very, flat, expressionless look, not really giving anything away. Asking the first question, what is every name you are known by?
What is every name you are known by? I'm trying to think, because you added some things to my original thoughts, because, you did the skies and everything. But you didn't do one other thing, so there's that.
Yeah, I don't really know what her voice sounds like, so it's more of a vaguely androgynous.
Go ahead and roll me a performance check. I'll make you do that. You didn't specify, but I'll allow it. Go ahead and roll me a performance.
15?
Okay. Zane Viral Watcher.
Can I ask you to throw those in the chat for me,
I'm
please?
already in there.
Thank you! Okay, so Zane Varel. Okay. He did it with a little bit of a roll of the R. Okay. And he doesn't say anything afterwards, just those two?
That was it.
Okay. What is your affiliation with the person making the were creatures?
Sorry, I want to give you accurate things.
Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to find the words to say.
Take your time, buddy. No rush.
Huh. Wow. I don't know. I'm brain stumping on this one. Give me a moment. Shit. Sorry. I'm trying to get. I'm like, oh, say this. No, say that.
No worries. There's no rush.
Distant affiliation. Same goal.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, where is the location of where the experiments are being conducted?
It is reached by moving inward and not downward. Oh.
It is reached by moving inward, not downward?
Yes. Below stone already claimed.
Interesting. Okay. I think he knows. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. When you meet with someone of the guild, what are the positive call signs you use to identify yourselves?
We do not exchange names. One gives a number tied to the record. The other replies with a correction. Record of date.
Interesting. Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat that normally?
One gives a number tied to the record of date. The other replies with a correction.
Tied to the record, a date, the other gives a correction.
We do not exchange names. One gives a number tied to the record, and one replies with the...
With
What
a
did you say?
Correction.
With the correction.
Did you say a date in there? Like,
It was like an example, like when it was tied to a record, like a record of date.
okay.
The other replies with a correction.
Okay. Out of character, I'm thinking of asking about the record, because how are we going to respond to the, like, call if we're like, well, record. So I think the 5th question should be asking.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Okay. So, should I ask what number tied to the record do you use most? Or you usually use?
Or your most recent. Like if he's been given a record of an assignment, his most recent assignment.
Okay. So, what is the. Trying to write at the same time. Number of the most recent record you were assigned to? Or just most recent record you used?
Or what is your current record? In the sense of which one is the one that you are using right now.
Okay. So what is the current record that you are using? Because I don't like. I think being specific is probably better than being vague, but
What
No,
is the
definitely. You
current
need to be.
record?
Yeah,
sorry.
vagueness is not a good idea. We need to be more specific.
Okay. So what is the number of the record that you are using currently?
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Okay, cool. Then yeah. Last question. What is the number of the record you are using currently?
So, because somebody else will take care of it, it's going to be the current date that is right now. So, month, day, year.
June 20th.
And then he said it specifies at the end of that 12K3.
12K3 or
Yes.
A3?
K. Kilo.
Okay, 12K3.
So is it 620 or 26?
Month,
Or
day.
is it
It's month, day, year.
month, day, yeah?
Or in this case, it would just be, sorry, month, day, and then 12K3. The year skipped. So I don't feel like figuring that out.
So
So-
month, day, 12K3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was all 5 questions.
Yes, it was.
Sorry, just because I am being a bit pedantic here. So do we literally say June 20th, 12K3, or do we say 0620?
0620 12K3 was the way he said it. And with that,
Okay.
as all the air just exits his body as he collapses.
Aspen kind of lets out a low breath and will kind of like fold up the cocoon again and exit out. Take all of these answers with a grain of salt, because I don't know if my disguise passed or if my voice gave anything away. But for the first question, their name is Zane Virel. They are known as Watcher. They said they have a very distant affiliation, but they have the same goal. For the location of the experiments, they didn't really say an actual location, but it is reached by moving inward, not downward, below stone that has already been claimed. Just kind of like shrugs his shoulders a little bit at that. For the call signs, they said that they don't exchange names or anything, but they give a number tied to a record, like a date, and the other person replies with a correction of that record. So, in lieu of asking what the goal is or what superior they had, I asked them what the current number of the record that they had, and it's today 0620 and then 12K3 afterwards. Aspen kind of just shrugs. I think all these answers are very, very vague because either they saw through the disguise or I just didn't sell it quite enough. These are our answers. So, who wants to play Mr. Watcher? Because it's not fucking me.
Going to need to be someone who's decently charismatic, so they can actually lie to whoever's meeting with them's face.
So either Arabella, Max, or Lettuce.
Hmm.
Lettuce just looking back and forth, like,
To be fair, you would fit the thug role more than myself.
I don't talk. I just hit things.
Yeah.
That might be
Count me out of
perfect.
this.
Also, this
Help me
is
out.
an assassin. So I doubt they talk much anyways.
But isn't the whole point
It's
of
all
this?
you, Lettuce.
Hold on. He just has hands are out. Wait a second. Hold on. Don't we
Breathe.
need information? So don't I supposed to talk?
Not a lot. Just ask a question or two. Keep the chatter down low. Perfect.
When they did speak, they had a bit of a deeper voice. They rolled their R's when they said their name.
I can't do that.
Max, do you know how to roll your R's?
I do.
Well,
Do by default then.
don't fuck this up.
I'm going to fuck this up.
You got it,
I'm
buddy.
going to give you
Claps you on your back.
advantage.
Yep, you got it, buddy. Yes. I never thought not be able to roll my arms was going to come in handy, but I'm glad it did.
We'll be right in the woods, out of sight. If you panic, just give us a sign and I'll hit somebody. I don't know.
Can I panic now?
Yeah, you should probably do that now before we actually do this. You
I'll
have 3 days to panic, actually.
I'll use some magic to be more charismatic.
Okay. Let's get everything written down on a note. I'm going to keep that note on hand for the next 3 days, just reading over everything.
Also, you should probably memorize what he looks like now, when he's still a fresh cadaver, so you can get what his
Can help
muscle
with that.
structure looks like.
I just thought of something we should have asked him.
Oh god, what?
Who is he meeting?
I don't think he knows that he's
He
meeting
doesn't
anybody.
know.
Oh, that's right. Okay. You see, this is why I'm not doing this.
It's okay. We love you anyways. Just kind of like puts a hand like on his shoulder and gives it a squeeze.
Personally, I'd rather you do this, Maxwell. I've got way too much to figure out already as it is.
Fair enough.
Right.
I think we should come up with a story. Either you got away, you were injured, and you got help, you healed yourself, or whatever, but you got away from us, and you're alive. So we need to make that believable. And say, instead of reporting back, that you went and hid somewhere. Or that your injuries were too grave and you needed to rest. We gotta think of a good alibi, a good story.
Well, if it's going to be injuries are too great, I don't think he'd fully heal within 3 days, so I'd have to put whatever blemish is needed on.
I could hit you.
It won't help with the ring.
Oh.
If you just imagine the bruises on them, that should show up.
Is that really
Why don't you get to go beat up a poor corpse?
I could beat up a cold cord, so that's fine. That's odd. I don't know why that would help, but I can.
If they're a corpse and you punch them, they're not alive, so their blood isn't going to rise up to the surface of their skin.
Yes.
It
Maxwell's
takes
gonna-
a little longer for the bruising to show, but it does show after.
Maxwell's gonna be leaving this room to go over to the corpse, and he is just going to be spending like whatever time he can memorizing what this person looks like.
Okay. Yeah. Just because they're spending time, just roll me a straight.
Charisma check.
Yeah, sure. No. I'd say intelligence.
That is dexterity. I'm not rolling a dexterity check.
That's not really close.
Not. It's somewhat close.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, you also have to attune to the ring.
We got days for that though.
But yeah, no, you think you got a pretty decent look over. How deep are we looking?
Deep. I am getting every detail I can.
Oh.
Stripping clothes, see what's underneath.
Already stripped.
Aspen
I need
has, like,
every
all of his
detail.
armor.
Yeah, you think you got pretty solid, maybe more than you wanted originally, but you know.
I do not want this to mess up, so I need to know every specific I can.
Flash me. What do you mean? That's how we identify each other. Yeah, you think you got a pretty solid setup.
Can I also do like a sketch of this guy's face? So that as we're traveling, Max still has a reference of what this guy's face looks like.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a It's going to be 2 checks. The first one's going to be wisdom. The second one's going to be dexterity. Okay. Wow. 15 on both rolls. You did pretty decent, Sketch.
Here's your reference.
You know, if you both are spending a decent amount of time here, yes. What else do you guys plan on doing?
I mean,
While the
realistically, I'm just waiting for this to happen. Like, I'm just keeping off to the side. Like, I don't need to be involved in this.
while the questioning is happening upstairs with Aspen and the corpse, Edward shifts a little in her seat. Do we want me to try to see if Bonwin is alive?
There's this moment of silence and resignation, but eventually Varys just shrugs and goes, if it would bring a little peace to your soul, I don't see the harm.
It would just be nice to know. Okay. So, DM. You said on Anwen's crest, the dagger, it had her blood on it?
Blood? You don't know whose it is?
Okay.
You're familiar?
Oh!
Yes.
Anwen's bag is here, right?
No. Did someone take their bag before the fight?
I thought she would have... I guess this is a Krista question. Like, did...
Have anybody ever left their stuff behind when you guys travel? I was saying
Personally, for a fight, Aspen carries everything on him.
that's what I typically thought everybody did.
But it's because we were staying at Poppy's at that point, so I didn't know if they would leave their pack behind.
Yeah, that's almost what I was thinking too. If they were counting on coming back.
I'm going to say because it wasn't specified, I'm going to say no, it wasn't left.
Fair enough.
For future,
Okay.
we can specify. What are you trying to do right now?
Because the spell, it basically makes the DC a lot easier if I have, like, a body part or a locker pair, a bit of nail or something like that. So I was thinking if her bag is here, maybe there's a hairbrush inside and there's hair on it. Like, I have a possession, which is her family crest necklace, so...
Yeah, so that is in a possession, yes. They don't stack. Again, it's like spells. If you have one or the other, you can do it, but you can't do both. What is the DC for this? The target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target. Okay, gotcha. So that's the save. So they have -4 to their save. Okay.
And I know the target well.
Yes,
So-
I would say so. So, okay. All right. Are you
And I
guys-
have a decanter of endless holy water, so I just
Oh.
basically pull out 1,000 gold pieces worth of holy water.
I don't think you'll ever let me forget that. So. Okay.
You gave me a toy. At first, I was like, "What is this toy?" And I was like, "This is my favorite toy."
Hey, it's come in handy more than I thought it ever would, to be honest. So.
Mhm.
So you're casting it?
Yep. I'll just pop the spell instead of shout it out. It's taken the slot.
Thank you. Okay. Here it is. As you cast it, your vision begins to fade, and the spell begins to slowly and steadily settle in. Sound is dull at first, then distant, and then sense of where you are. For a moment, there is only darkness, and then motion. Stone slides beneath the vision, pale and close, worn smooth by countless passes. The image sways gently, side to side, with a steady rhythm. Then you see her. Onward is being carried. Two figures move in step, her arms slung over their shoulders, her feet dragged lightly across the stone. Her head tilts with each step, hair falling across her face. Roll me a perception check.
29.
Her chest rises very slow. Not steady, but it's moving. The corridor around them is narrow, its walls cut clean and reinforced at intervals. The ceiling arches low overhead, marked by old seams and fitted stonework. Precise practice, familiar in a way that recalls old city passages, not natural tunnels. Pale green crystal lamps are set into the walls at even distances, their light steady and unchanging. They pass an intersection, and another, and then another. Their footsteps echo, softened, absorbed, the sound behaving the way it does beneath layered stone. As they move beneath a shallow arch, the vision lifts just enough to catch a curved mark in the keystone. Worn lines forming an angular eye set within a broken circle. Old, subtle, would be easily missed if not for the 29. The corridor slopes downward. The figures speak quietly. You should have finished it. Now! A pause. This one holds! And then all of a sudden they pause, and for a moment Onwin stirs. Her fingers twitch weakly against the stone. Her brow tightens faintly as if reacting to sound or pressure. Her eyes do not open. There's a brief tension in her body, a flickering of awareness that passes as quickly as it comes. The carriers adjust their grip and continue on. Ahead, a stone doorway comes into view. Oops, and I clicked off what I was looking at. Its surface is smoother than the surrounding walls, fitted with metal hinges darkened by age. One of the figure reaches out and pushes the door. And the door opens. Light spills out. Warmer, brighter. This is not what I clicked on. Warmer and brighter, revealing a chamber finished in pale stone and polished surfaces. The walls are clean, ordered, the floor unmarked. Stone tables stand arranged with a deliberate spacing. Silk line restraints are fitted into the stone, Pristine and unused, metal instruments rest neatly along one wall, aligned with care rather than haste. Anwa is lifted and placed onto one of the tables. As they step back, another figure enters the edge of the vision, briefly. It wears layered robes of dark green and charcoal, their fabric heavy and finely worked. Around their neck hangs a necklace crafted of bright gold, its chain thick enough to catch the light with every movement. The links are smooth and polished, designed to be seen rather than hidden, and it rests openly on their chest. The pendant is ornate and deliberate, larger than a simple charm. It is formed of layered gold plates shaped in an elegant, symmetrical design. Not a symbol, but a statement of craftsmanship and worth. Fine filigree lines radiate outward from a central setting, giving the piece depth and presence without fragility. Set at its center is a carefully cut green stone, clear enough to gleam when it's struck by light, veined faintly with darker hues. The stone is held in place by a refined, open setting meant to display it fully rather than protect it. It does not speak. The vision fractures, lightly stretching, sound thinning, and the room dissolves into darkness as the spell ends.
I imagine when Ahmed casts as well, she is still sitting at the table, and as soon as the vision takes effect and she sees everything, I think she grabs onto the table so tight that her knuckles turn white. And her eyes are kind of glazed over, as it does like when she casts Ascending. But if anybody's watching her, they can still see her eyes dart and move around as if she's looking. And then as soon as her eyes come back to their normal color, all the tension in her drops. She's alive. Barely. But she's breathing and she's alive.
A small, like, little I knew it comes from Arabella.
Yeah, as soon as Ared says that Onwin is alive, Aspen's shoulders go down a little bit.
The symbol around that guy's neck that you said, like, ornate, the green gem.
It's not a symbol, it's just elegance.
Oh, it's just elegance.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
It was not a symbol. I have written down. Give me 1 second. I can tell you exactly what I said. Hang on. It's symmetrical. So I said it is gold-plated into an elegant symmetrical design, not a symbol, but a statement of craftsmanship and wealth.
Okay. I think Ahmed is going to hastily draw it.
Okay, so it's very, very ornate, a lot of detail, but go ahead and roll me the same thing, a wisdom check and an ability check. The DC is going to be a lot higher, though.
And a what check, sorry?
Dexterity. So it's not as detailed as the actual thing, but you get the point across.
and I'm going to send that over to Arabella. It's like this. It's not true to what I saw, but it's as good as I can get it to be. It's a lot more ornate, a lot more filigree. The gem is green. The metal is gold.
Go ahead and roll me a history check. DC is a little bit higher. You have never seen it.
I don't know what this is. I've never seen that before. That's
It's fine. It was a long shot. Royal rich people like
sorry.
to show off that they're royal and they're rich. I thought maybe could be from somebody who's well-to-do.
You know what? With the 24, I'm gonna say that what you don't know, like anyone individual who has this, but from how it was described and how it's drawn, somebody who has some sort of nobility would have to be the only type of people who could actually afford this.
So Arabella looks at Aramed. You're right. A lot of nobility, they like to show off the jewels and the gems that they have, whether they're, oh my god, what is the word? Starts with an H. Heirlooms. Whether they're heirlooms or they just like to talk, how they say money talks. This is someone who definitely is nobility. He is up there. He has reputation. So we're not that far from it. But I do not know exactly who it belongs to.
That's fine. Just if it is, say it, if it was Lord Marion, if we see this when we're in Olnevia, then we know we're on the right track.
Yes.
I can try to bring her back right now. I can try. Or more, I could ask Danket to try.
And you can do that once a day?
Yeah.
You might as well. Even if we do travel to the Green Causeway, it's going to take at least a day and a half.
Blind GM roll, if you choose to do it.
Blind GM roll, or is it private?
It's blind. You're not gonna know what this shit is.
Okay, cool.
That's blind. You're ruining your statistics, girl. You pray and you try to harness. But unfortunately, you don't hear any call. You feel warmth to know you are seen, that you are heard. But your prayers do not come true.
Are you lying to us? Just kidding.
Not today.
That was out of character.
I know.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, 42.
Oh, yeah. Not today.
Ahmed, you've tried. You'll. Maybe this is the path that was supposed to be on. And maybe this is your God's way of
No, he heard
letting you
me.
learn. But maybe he has a grander plan for you and Onwin.
Ahmed, who is clearly... It's a weird mix of anger and trying not to cry at the same time. And just looks up to you, Arabella. You said we're basically gods. So we make the paths.
To be frank, when it comes to magic, or even a god's power, I don't necessarily believe it can do everything. Regan said she was unreachable. She may not be here, but it's good enough to know she's alive, isn't it?
That's just the thing. She's there. She's in wherever these experiments are taking place. It's what Zane said. That, they're in stone that's already been claimed. They're around here somewhere.
And we'll find them. It's just gonna take time. I mean, we managed in the Feywild just fine. This is just a harder task. We've got this. We all do. And let's be honest, this is Onwin we're talking about. She sailed the 7 seas. We don't know what went on with those boats, but if anyone can handle herself, it's Onwin. I'm positive.
You didn't see how frail she was. She couldn't even open her eyes. She couldn't lift a finger.
Alright.
She was barely breathing.
No. How dare you? Lettuce actually stands up and faces you directly in front of you. How dare you? Did you say the same thing about me when you struck me down? When I was burning on fire, when I was a skeleton, when my hatred was the only thing that I had? Did you say, he's too far gone. His hate's taken him. He was too weak. No, you didn't give up on me. And I'm not gonna...
I'm not giving up on her. I'm not.
You don't get to tell her that she's weak. She is Onwin. And that is all I need to know. That's all I need to know about any of you. Just turns and starts looking at everybody. And for once, I'm sorry, I agree with Arabella. She's the only one here who's been positive in this situation. Yes, Onwin is gone. Thank all the gods and deities and wherever they are. Apparently, she is still breathing. I don't give a shit if she's frail. I don't give a shit if her eyes are barely open. I don't care if somebody lost all their limbs in this group. You would find a way.
This is not what I'm saying. I want to save her. And I want to save her now, and I can't.
Then stop talking about how frail she is and start thinking about how strong she is. How cunning And she's funny, quietly. I'm not thinking about any of those negative things. Because yes, I can't do anything right now, and it sucks. And I should have been able to do something that day, and I couldn't. But I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about what can I do today? What am I going to do tomorrow? And I'm going to keep doing that. So, yes, you didn't mean anything negative about it. But you got to start picking yourself up. Got to stop thinking about that negative. So if you sit in that, that's all we're going to be. You're never going to get out of it. Now, I'm going to walk away because I feel like an asshole doing this right now. So I'm going to go be by myself for a minute so I can go hang my head off a tree. And she's just going to turn and walk off.
No, she'll just get up and she'll go after him.
He's, I would say, at the porch at this point, getting ready to go down the stairs.
Yep, she'll follow him.
What's everybody else doing?
Aspen was just kind of like watching the conversation happen a little bit, like, not really shaken up, but like tense. Like not really knowing like what was going to happen. But as soon as they like leave, Aspen kind of like deflates a little and like crosses his arms like over his chest. You know that she's alive. She's in reach. We're going to get her out. She knows that we wouldn't just leave her. We do anything we could to get her back.
Arabella just kind of nods. I really do believe that she'll be okay. Wasn't trying to upset anyone. And you can see that Arabella thinks that she did wrong by upsetting. She thinks she upset Lennis and Airmed. We always do the impossible. I can't just give up on Alwyn. I can't just sit here and think that because of the vision that Emmett saw that
They're going to keep Onwin alive. They are probably going to do that because they want to test things on her. But that means she's going to be alive. And if she's alive, then we can do something about that. We will find her. We just, like you said, need time, need resources, need more information on where this is all taking place. Going in blind is not going to help anybody. But you know Airbed. Her heart's too big for her chest. And she thinks... She thinks that it's her fault. She feels responsible. She wants to fix it. Because that's what she does. And when you can't, that's a hard feeling to sit with. Aspen kind of like rubs the palms of his hands like down his thighs. Like he's wiping the sweat off of his hands. It's a hard feeling for all of us to sit through. We're moving forward, doing what we can, getting information, and setting a course. We will find her.
I've not said something wrong then, have I?
No. If anything,
Okay.
you're going in the right direction. Onward is strong. Mentally, at least. I don't expect her to crack immediately. But she's going to be different when we do find her. Aspen will kind of like... His body language changes a little bit, where it kind of curls up on himself, where his tail kind of wraps around his leg, and his shoulders hunch in a little bit closer. His hands kind of stay grasped around his thighs. Isolation and being treated as less than human will do that to anybody. She's going to have scars, whether that be mental or physical, about it, and the best that we can do is be there for her and do what we can to help her in whatever way that she needs. What time is it, DM?
My brain's telling me like evening. After all this, I would say like early evening.
Okay. Has the sun set yet? Or is it like about to?
It's almost gone.
Okay. Then yeah. Aspen will kind of just try to pull a very nonchalant shrug. But there is underlying tension in his body. The most that we can do right now is just move forward. And try to keep hope. He'll give Arabella a little bit of a tight smile. And he'll walk back towards the balcony and sit where he did last night and just kind of like pull his legs up and like rest his head on top of his knees and just watch as darkness kind of takes over and the stars come out.
Besides Airman, is there anything else people wish to do this evening?
Yeah, I got one thing I want to do, but I want it to be a whisper.
Okay. Whisper room, or are you like messaging me whisper?
I can message it to you.
It's whatever you prefer. Is that how you want to do it?
Go to the whisper room.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take Ray's advice. We'll go to the whisper room.
All right, we'll be back. Welcome.
Oh. So essentially, Arabella is gonna kind of walk away, but like not. Kind of. How big is Poppy's house?
It has a few
Is it,
rooms.
like,
It's an open living room and an open kitchen. And then you have the little balcony that goes down to the little staircase that wraps around the tree. You have the study. You assume that she has a bedroom that you haven't been to. That's all you've seen.
Okay.
Not many hidey holes.
And the sun is just gone.
Yep, about to disappear.
She has a balcony though, right? I believe. I thought.
Yep, that's where Aspen went.
That's where. Oh, okay. That's where Aspen is.
And
Right,
Lennis
wonderful.
and Aramid went past that and down the stairs.
Okay. She's gonna look over at Poppy for a minute. And she goes, I need a window for a moment by myself. Can I borrow your bedroom for like 1 second? I promise I'll leave. You won't even know I was there.
She smiles and kind of gives a nod. And she kind of like gestures over towards her bedroom.
Okay. So she'll go up and kind of go to the bedroom and kind of look outside. And she'll say a little elvish prayer for Onwin's sake. And then gonna close her eyes and start thinking of Sanetsu.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna simply say, if I have to assume a new identity for a little while, I'm going to be the queen to the god. You know where I'm going with this, DM?
I may have an idea, but I'd rather you confirm.
Yes.
Where are you going with it?
Arabella is going to kind of start picturing, because she's thinking about what Aspen said about coming up with a new image, backstory, and whatnot. So she essentially is going to turn herself into the wife of Senetsu if she stayed in ancient Egypt.
Okay, in Ancient Kamoy.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you just embodying it now without the ring? Because Maxwell has the ring right now. Or are you prepping to start embodying it whenever you get the ring?
Starting to prep it.
Okay. And what's the prayer you say to Senetsu?
She will say, "My love from another world. You are always in my heart, always in my memories. I need to assume your identity to save a friend and to keep myself safe. Lend me your strength. Lend me your power. Lend me your love."
Very nice. I like it.
Yep.
Okay. I like it. I will have that in mind for some future stuff. Is there anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty, let's head back.
Very cool.
Just some.
Alrighty.
Probably not.
Is there anything else people wish to do besides Airman?
Fiora will probably play some more music.
Easy enough to do. Okay then. If people change their mind next session, that's fine. I'm going to say because of time, we are going to end the session here, and we're going to pick up on the conversation between Lennis and Airbid. Get some hot stuff going right off the next session. So with that, I want to say thank you very much to chat for joining us and being active. I appreciate it. Please check out our YouTube channel. These VODs come out on Tuesdays, so if you missed something or you're just like, wait, happened, go ahead and check it out on there. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you to my amazing players, and we will see you back on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of 20 Sides of Failure. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Someone's got to say it. I'm not ending the stream until someone says it.
Your
Because your
boyfriend's
boyfriend's
a
a
bitch.
bitch.
Bitch.